Welcome our dear student of second prep in a new episode of مدرسة على الهواء. At first I wish you all a happy new academic year. Okay, starting today inshallah the first lesson in our first unit which is called the attempt of classification of elements. Okay, starting the lesson by revising on the last syllabus or what we have taken in the first prep. يبقى النهارده ان شاء الله we are going to make an introduction to revise the structure of the atom in order to continue our new lesson. Okay, because our new lesson is based on what we have taken in the previous year. Okay, starting, let's remember together the structure of the atom. Okay, we all know that the atom is the smallest building unit of matter that share in a chemical reaction, and this is definition we have taken it in the previous year first prep. Okay, طيب نبتدي بقى details of the atom and the component and the structure of the atom. Okay, remember it together. We know that the atom consists of mainly two parts, the nucleus in the center and electron outside, and the electron has a special path which revolve on it, and it is called energy level. So now we have two parts of the atom, the nucleus, it is the center or the core of the atom, then outside is the electron which revolve around it. Focusing بقى على النيوكليس, inside the nucleus what we will find? Inside the nucleus we will find two particles. The first particle has a positive charge. Again, the first particle is positive charge and we call it proton. And the other particles has no charge or we call it neutral charge and we call neutrons. So what's inside the nucleus? They are two particles. Positive proton and neutral charges neutron. This is inside the nucleus. Okay, and this is the main mass and the concentration of the mass inside it. Then the second part which revolve around it we call it electron. Is the electron has a charge? Yes, it has a negative charge. Electrons revolve around the nucleus in what? In an imaginary light. We call it energy level. We call it what? Energy level. Okay, let's see it together. Okay, this is the structure of the atom, starting with the nucleus. This is the nucleus and energy level up to how many? 7 level. Okay, inside the nucleus we will find what? We will find positive proton and non-charge neutrons. So يبقى هنا جوه عندي protons plus neutrons. طيب remember كده نفتكر مع بعض what we call both of them together, the proton and the neutrons which is found inside the nucleus are called what? Are called mass number. Okay, so what's the mass number? It is the number of protons and neutrons inside the nucleus. Okay, طيب what about the energy level? We have outside the energy level there is electrons, and they have negative charge. Okay, طيب this is the definition which we have. Okay, and we are going to discuss another definition which we called atomic number. Who remember what's the atomic number? The atomic number is the number of protons only. No, it's not only. It is the number of protons which is equal to the number of electrons. And this is, we call it atomic number. And this is, we call it what? Atomic number. Okay, so we are going to discuss this topic. Okay, يبقى again let's summarize what we have taken till now. We said the structure of the atom. The atom is the smallest building unit of the matter. It consists of two main parts: the nucleus, which is the center of the atom, and it is composed of positive proton and neutral neutrons. Then we have outside electrons which revolving or rotating around the nucleus, and it has negative charge. We have two definitions. The first one, we call it mass number. What is the mass? The mass of the atom concentrated on what? On the center. يبقى الماس of the atom is concentrated in the center. And what's in the center? The nucleus, which contain what? Proton and neutrons. So the mass is equal to what? The mass is equal to proton and neutrons. Then I have another definition which we call it atomic number. What's the atomic number? It is the number of protons. It's the number of what? Of protons. Okay? And we said that in the previous year that the neutral atom or the atom on the ground state, the number of protons inside the nucleus will be equal the number of electrons. So the positive charges equal to the negative charges. Okay? طب let's have an example of the mass number and the atomic number and how it is written on the symbol. Okay? Remember how we write the symbol? The symbol of an element, we take the first letter in capital letter. طيب لو انا عندي element ده repeated فهبتدي اخد the first letter and the second letter، بس بشرط second letter will be in small letter. Okay? وفي some exception taken after the Latin name. طيب example oxygen. The symbol of the oxygen is what? Is O. Okay? This is the symbol of the oxygen. We are going to write the mass number. The mass number is written on what? On the top of the element at the left side. And we have the atomic number below the element. So النمبر اللي above دوت بنقول عليه الماس نمبر. اللي what we have said بروتون بلس نيوترون. طيب واللي below ده we call it atomic number. اوكي؟ طيب remember مع بعض have we distribute this? We distribute the number of electrons or the number of atomic number. How we can distribute it? The first energy level maximum electron it takes 2. اوكي؟ احنا بنعمل distribution لده. The second energy level maximum level we take it 6. Okay, so we said this element electronic configuration is 2 in the first energy level, 6 in the second energy level, and this is more than 4, so this element we call it non-metal. Okay, طيب another example. Magnesium, Mg. Okay, this is the capital letter of the magnesium and the طيب نشوف مع بعض السلايد. The structure of the atom again. The atom is what? As we said before, this is the definition of the atom, is the smallest unit of an element which share in a chemical reaction without being changed. This is as the definition we have taken it. This is the structure as we see here. Inside this is the core or the center. Okay, ده اللي هو red color. This is present the proton, and the gray color circles it is present the neutrons. It has no charge. Both the protons and neutrons in the center representing the nucleus, and also represent the mass number. طيب as we see there is a particle rotate moving around the nucleus. This is we call electron, and it has a negative charge. But the structure of the atom we are just revising it because we are going to use it this lesson. Okay, طيب مع بعض the structure of the atom. We said the nucleus contain what? It contain positively charged proton, so the proton has a positively charged. and neutral particle called neutrons. Okay. Then electrons, they are negatively charged particle which revolve around the nucleus in energy level. And what's energy level? It is the imaginary paths in which they revolve. This is how they look. How many energy level we have? We have 7. They are according their energy. So the first one has a low energy and the last one has the highest energy. Starting by K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. They arranged according to their energy. Again, number 1 has the least energy, أقل energy, and number 7 has the highest energy. ده كان الستراكشر of the atom. اوكي؟ طيب ريفايز بقى again الاتوميك نمبر. انا بقول مرة تانية لأن ده important before discussing الليسون بتاعنا النهارده. The atomic number is the number of protons in the nucleus. اوكي؟ طيب والماس نمبر it is the number of protons plus neutrons. اوكي؟ طيب والبروتون خدنا ان هي ايه؟ equal الالكترونز في ال ادي اكزامبل عندي صوديوم 23 ودي called الماس نمبر. طيب والنمبر اللي written below ده we call it atomic number. we call it what? we call it atomic number. اوكي؟ طيب نبتدي نبص على الاكزامبل اللي كنا سايبينه هنا. المغنيسيوم الماس نمبر عندي كان 24 والاتوميك نمبر عندي 12. طيب when I make a configuration we see that the first energy level is completed by 2. اوكي؟ انا بعمل distribution للاتوميك نمبر. The second energy level is completed by 8. So 8 plus 2 is 10 and we have 12. So I'm going to add a third energy level 2. Okay, so we distribute the 12 electrons in 2, 8, 2. The last energy level contain 2 electrons. And this is, we call it, the last energy level contain less than 4. So this atom is metal ion. Metal atom is metal atom. Okay, طيب we have another atom. Yes, we have another atom. We have neon, Ne. The mass number is 20 and the atomic number is 10. Okay, let's make the configuration. The first energy level contains 2. Yes, and the second what? 8. 2 plus 8 10. يبقى انا كده خلصت الالكترونز اللي عندي. طيب نبص هنا الانرجي ليفل فيلد وذ كام؟ 8. ده الماكسيمم نمبر اللي بياخده. يعني هنا هو ده كومبليتد. لو less than 4 هيبقى ميتال، لو more than 4 يبقى نون ميتال. طب لو هو 8 هيبقى بنقول عليه نوبل gas. What's meant by noble gas? It is the element that's or the atom that can't share in chemical reaction. It is the atom that cannot share in a chemical reaction. Why? Because it is completed or saturated with element. Okay, let's see together another example. Okay, this is the electronic configuration of nitrogen 14,7 and argon 18. Let's do it together. Okay, on the paper. As we see, nitrogen 14 the atomic number and 7 is the the 14 mass number and 7 atomic number. Configuration 2, yes, and 7 became reminder 5. Okay, طيب هنا ده more than 4 يبقى ده هيبقى non metal. Okay, طيب another one, the last one we are going to have argon, the mass number 40 and 18. Okay, we are going to distribute what? The atomic number. Correct configuration. Number 1 takes 2, number 2 8, then 8. So 2 plus 8 10 and 8. 8 يبقى completed or saturated, so it will be noble gas. اوكي، يبقى احنا عملنا ريفايز او ريفيجن على الجزء اللي خدناه في اولى اعدادي، لانه مهم قبل ما ندخل في الليسون بتاع النهارده. الاستراكشر اوف ذا اتوم، النيوكليوس اند الكترونز. inside the nucleus we call it mass number، ده البروتونز and النيوترونز. والatomic number النمبر of protons which is equal to what؟ to the number of electrons. then we make the configuration of the atom. وانا بعمل الكونفيجريشن لو انا عندي last energy level الالكترون نمبر less than 4 يبقى الاليمنت اللي عندي او الاتوم اللي عندي metal. لو the last configuration more than 4 يبقى انا عندي this element is non-metal. اوكي، يعني 5 او 6 or 7. طيب 1 و 2 و 3 هيبقى metal. طيب 8 لو كده completed او saturated ب 8 دوت اللي هو الماكسيمم نمبر اللي بيتاخد في الانرجي ليفل هيبقى نوبل جاز except مين؟ ذا هيليوم، لان هيليوم completed by 2 only، فالفيرست انرجي ليفل completed by 2. يبقى عندي metal الانرجي ليفل اللاست انرجي ليفل 1 or 2 or 3 non metal 5 or 6 or 7 electrons in the outer energy level completed هيبقى نوبل جاز. اوكي، يبقى دي كانت summary على last what we have taken in the previous year. طيب النهارده ان شاء الله we are going to start the new lesson which called classification of element. Again, classification of element. طيب what's meant of classify؟ classify means اني هعمل arrangement with a certain item or certain elements, putting these certain according they are similar in property. دول gases، دول metal، دول non-metal، putting them in groups. يبقى classify ان انا اعمل elements in group according to what؟ according to different property or different category. طيب why we are going to classify؟ يعني why element؟ فكروا ان يعملوا classification، يجيبوا الاليمنتس يحطوا هنا جروب وهنا جروب وهنا جروب، او دول with each other ودول with each other. why؟ to be easily study. to be easily ايه؟ study. this is only no. يعني انا لو الحاجه عندي arranged in a certain place انا اوريدي هعرف اماكنها، يبقى انا هيبقى عندي it's much easier to find it. يبقى بعمل arrangement او classify للelement for what؟ to be easily studied. دي number 1. طيب number 2 انا بعمل classify للelements according to similarity. دول similar في حاجه فمع بعض في الجروب، دول similar فبعمل في بعض في الجروب. طيب لما بعرف ان دول in the same group or the same together يبقى هم similar، بقدر اعمل connection between الفيزيكال والكيميكال property between them. يبقى to find or to relate between their physical and chemical property. اوكي، وده اول question عندي في التايتل of the lesson. why we classify element؟ why we make arrangement of the element؟ هيبقى الانسر to reason. number 1 the first reason is to be easily studied, so I can study this element easier, much easier. And the second is to make the relation between the physical and the chemical properties. Okay, let's see it together. Why scientists try to classify elements, as our title is classification of elements. Number 1, to be easy to study the element. It's much easier to make it arrange in a certain way. Number 2, to know the relation between the elements, its chemical and physical property. So I make the link or a relation between the chemical and physical property. طيب now هنعمل classify قلنا for these two reasons. طيب how many classification we are going to study؟ there are 3 tables we are going to study. Okay, the first attempt or the first scientist who try to classify this element is called Mendeleev, who was a Russian scientist. Okay, and this scientist try to gather all the elements together and find the relation between them, arranging them together according to similarity in their property, chemical or physically. And this is the first attempt we are going to study. And they giving a table, عمل لهم arrangement فطلع معاه table, and this is table called Mendeleev's periodic table. ده الفيرست one. طيب afterwards في discovery حصلت, new information, new elements exceed. اوكي, يبقى انا عندي حصل ابجريد للداتا اللي عندي, فطلع ان التيبل دوت فيه advantage و disadvantage. فجي another scientist after Mendeleev's is called Moseley, and he make another table according to the new data he have, the new discoveries he has, and the new element is which was discovered, and make the second table we are going to explain, which is called Moseley's periodic table. يبقى the first one is Mendeleev's periodic table, the second is Moseley's periodic table, and the last one برضو حصل upgrade, حصل new discovery, حصل discovery for new element. فطلعنا ب third table اللي هو the modern periodic table which apply till now. ده اللي احنا using it till now in all chemists and physicists using this element in the modern periodic table. يبقى how many attempts we have? 3 attempts. The first one was done by a Russian scientist called Mendeleev. The second one was done by Moseley's periodic table, and the third one is the table which we using till now is the modern periodic table. Okay, let's see it together. The trial of classifying element or the attempt. The first one is done by Mendeleev's periodic table. طبعا ده النيم بتاع الساينتست اللي عمله, فطبعا هيبقى اسم البريودك تيبل according to the name of the scientist. Number 2 Moseley periodic table, and number 3 the modern periodic table. اوكي, يبقى دول كانوا الفيرست 3 table we are going to study. اوكي, starting by the first one Mendeleev's periodic table. طيب together بقى what happened to Mendeleev? We said that Mendeleev is a Russian scientist. All the elements known at his age was about all the information he put it in the cards. They were about few elements. He make all the property of this element on the cards. يبقى حط على كل element in a card و add البروبرتي اللي known ساعتها, وبعدين حط الكاردز كده قدامه, والكاردز ابتدى يعمل moving للكاردز according to their similarity. Okay, then he find that it is arranged according to what? To their atomic weight. Atomic weight. So he arranged the cards, and each card have one element having the property of the element. يبقى تاني هو جاب الاليمنتس, كل element جاب له كارد حط عليه النيم بتاعه وكل البروبرتي بتاعت الكارد. ادي الاليمنت ده نمبر 1, ادي البروبرتي ودي الفيرست كارد, then the second card, then the third card, وبعدين عمل arrangement according to their atomic weight, starting by atomic weight number 1, atomic weight number 2, and atomic weight and so on, and he have a table. يبقى بعمل arrangement كده زي كان ورق الكوتشينه, فبلاقي هنا الرو ده بنسماه period, ومن up to down سماه group. يبقى by adding the cards according to the atomic weight it make from left to right we call it period, ومن up to down we call it groups. اوكي, يبقى الفيرست attempt done by Mendeleev كان الارينجمنت according to what? To their atomic weight, according to their what atomic weight. It's very important according to what. Let's see together. Okay, ادي هنا زي ما احنا شايفين ده مندليف, وهنا ادي الكاردز بتاعت each element موجوده ساعتها, كاتب كل البروبرتي بتاعتها, وبعدين ابتدى يعمل arrangement. طيب هم كانوا كام كارد؟ 67 كارد. why they are 67 كارد؟ لان كل element كان بكارد, والنون in this time كان 67 element in the table. اوكي. and they عمل arrangement according to the increasing of the atomic weight. يبقى today نعمل سامري للسيشن بتاعتنا. خدنا ريفايز على الاتوم والاستراكشر بتاعتها، عملنا ميمورايز للاتوميك نمبر، الماس نمبر، عملنا ريفيجن على الكونفيجريشن. قلنا why we classify element to be easily study and find the relation between them. We started by the first table اللي هو مندليف according to atomic weight، وكانوا 67 element، فعمل 67 card ودول اللي كانوا موجودين. Okay, this is the end of our episode. Until we meet next week, thanks and goodbye.